Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber. Today is Treasure Tag Thursday and we are going to begin Christmas crafting. So we've got 7 tags left for the rest of the year, and then on Thanksgiving I will have a special fall tag, and then we'll have 6 Christmas tags. So I'm really excited to begin. I wanted to start off with something really simple because I didn't want to quite pull out all of my Christmas crafting supplies, so I've just got a few things here on my desk. I've got this small paper pad, I've got some Christmas twine, I do have a couple of my distress inks, and then I grabbed my stamps. I found a scrap piece of music paper, and then finally what we're going to be making with our tag will be wrapping paper. Yes, I love keeping old wrapping paper, and this is like a funny little strip, so it will work great. I'm going to be using this green cardstock here first as my base, and we're going to cut it long ways. And I want it 3 3/4 inch because I think that looks nice on the page. So you can actually make 2 of these type of tags out of 1 sheet, or you could use this and make pockets and journal cards and things like that to go in your tag if you wanted. But just for today, I'm going to be making 1. And then we also want to take our strip here, and we are going to score it. You can choose whatever length fits your page. So I'm basing it off of a normal 8.5 by 11. All right. So I want to go ahead and make my first score mark at 3.5 inches right here, 3.5. And then I'm going to score mine at 1 inch. And you can, again, adjust these numbers to fit your project. What we're making is an over the page tag. So we're going to fold our first score line at 3.5 inches backwards. Okay, and then this is going to be what goes on our page. We don't need the scoreboard anymore. And then on this back side, you get to decide if you want to do a pocket, and I do. So I'm going to flip mine up. So we are going to have this. Well, let's get our tag shape first here. And I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do the tiny corners today. I'm feeling tiny. Like Tiny Tim, right? We love Tiny Tim. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Finally, Christmas time, Christmas crafting. I mean, it's not Christmas time, but Christmas crafting. Okay, so this is our tag, and it's going to go over the page. Just like this, we're going to slip it in there. And this is where you get to make your decision. So, if you wanted your tag to be longer, which I think that's a great distance, it's equidistant across the whole page if you center it. And then, but if you want it longer or shorter, you can adjust where you score it at. But when you flip over to the next page, you have a cute little... Well, to me, it kind of looks like a Santa hat is what I was envisioning. But you got a little pocket here. So we can take a little scrap and tuck something in there. But also, I'm going to glue mine when I use it in a journal so that this is a whole tuck spot here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then what will happen is on this side, you get a choice of if you want to flip it up, or if you want to leave it, or you would just paper clip this whole entire thing on there. You could totally do that. Okay, so... that's what we're working with. Now, for my wrapping paper, I'm just going to cover this entire front piece here. And I know one side of this was skinnier than the other side. So I will go with this. This does have a little bit of, oh, it says Hallmark licensing. So we'll try to not get that in there. All right. I'm going to cover my tag base here with some Elaine's Tack It because, art glitter glue. My glue stick is missing. I do not know where he went. So I'm just going to give us a little bit of something to glue on here. I'll probably sew around mine, so I'm not too concerned with the edges. Okay. And I'm just going to plop this on there, and I'm going to attempt to not get it where the Hallmark part is on the front side. I don't mind if it goes on the back side. There. And I like the old worn look. Like this was actually on one of my kids' presents from last year. So to me, it's fun that it's got all these distressed rips and folds and things. If you want it nice, you can use new wrapping paper and that would look good too. If you have any leftover bits, or like sometimes we have leftover chunks that we didn't get to use. And I'm not going to put mine on the inside. I specifically chose green because the other side of my paper was black and red. Classic Christmas, but I want to have a pop of green underneath here to be like a surprise. You flip it up and you're like, ooh, it's green, right? All right, so if you wanted to decorate your pocket, see, I still have plenty here. I can go ahead and cover this. So I think we'll do that. And I'm going to leave this part here, this pocket flap, I'm going to not cover. So I'm going to just cover down to right. Oh, look at that. It's like almost in a line with the other crease in there. Right in here, which means I got to snip my corners again. I just wanted you guys to see the shape and what it looked like on the page, because I think that is super adorable. And a Santa hat. I don't have pom-poms, but if you had like little pom-poms, like the mini ones, that would look so adorable. A little white one on top of here. Like Santa's little hat, or like those funny old men hat. I call them like grandpa hats out of this type of style of fabric. Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. Okay. So I'm just going to rip this off because we're not going to see it if it doesn't rip right, because we're going to be folding this back up for a little pocket here. And then I'll trim this down like magic. Oh, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. It is very, very windy today where I live. And the forecast just called for snow. So it was lovely. We did wake up with a little bit of dusting, maybe about half an inch or so on the ground. So it was like, oh my gosh, it is meant to be Christmas crafting for me. Very excited about that. And yeah, I realize I did this twice, but like I said, I wanted to show you guys what it would look like. And you could totally glue that whole thing down your whole wrapping paper on there and then go from there. So I guess I don't really need any inking right now, do we? So that is our tag base. Super adorable. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my flap shut here. I'm not going to notch it. I don't think it needs it. There we go. Gorgeous. I also thought it would look kind of more like a Santa hat too if it were just all red, if you had red wrapping paper and then like a red tag. So this was my template here that I made out of red. So I'll have matching red and green. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, that's done. And then we got some music paper and I've got this paper pad. So on the inside, I know that I can totally, like you could add pockets, you can add writing paper, you can add a little notebook if you wanted. Like I was saying, you can do whatever you want. Possibilities are endless with this. But I want to add, I don't want to lose Joy to the World. So let's just trim that down so I don't lose that. And well, maybe I will go like this and just mark it because I kind of wanted it centered. Right there and right there. Something like that. And I'll have a little fun scrap left. And Christmas music paper is very hard to come by. Like original. This is out of a hymn book. Okay, so I've got this little pocket here. And I'm going to fold this down so that my tuck spot is a little bit more sturdy. You could have made it a gusseted pocket if you would have left a little bit on there. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just something a little fun. All right, so let's glue that down. And maybe we'll ink our pocket with green so we can bring some of that green to the front, even though it's going to be a surprise. We don't want it to be like, whoa. I mean, I don't. Maybe you do. Maybe you want yours to be completely whoa. So I'm going to make something out of the paper. I guess we'll just make a little something to tuck inside of here. Because I don't want the whole other side green. I wanted to use kind of a fun green paper on that side from the paper pad. There we go. Just a simple little tag. Oh, I wanted to ink it. Oh, I forgot. I got too excited about gluing. I glued too much. Let me grab my inkers here. They're all over here and they've all got the fall colors out still. All right. I think I can still... Yeah, of course I can. Especially with wrapping paper, it tends to be a little glossy. So typically you can do that. Pull it back off. Not all wrapping paper is created equal, right? Might take a little bit more to get it off. But like I said, I planned on sewing on mine. So it'll get a nice sealed edge there. A little bit of green. There we go. All right. Let's see. For up here, all I pulled out was this cute little thing here, and it says to from, and it's just a little old gift card, or from, like you would put on a present, I'm going to add just a little bit of twine. Because there's already a hole in here, and I figured why not go all out and just bajing this up. And you could add an eyelet to that if you wanted as well. But I'm just gonna add a little hangy bit here. And then I'm gonna attempt to tie a bow. So I'm gonna tie a knot here just so it doesn't slip back out on me. There we go. Teeny tiny little bow. And then pop that into my little pocket. Oh my gosh, how adorable. Adjust my bow, maybe a little smaller. There she is. A little bit too much twine if you ask me. Clip that off. Aw, cute. And that'll just sit right there in my little pocket. You can have it tucked up a little bit if you wanted. So there, that's done. Now inside of here, let's find something. Ooh, that's like perfect. Not too big on that. I definitely want, no, not blue. Not blue and green, just green. Ooh, green dots. I love me some green dots. And then collaged, and then red. Ooh. I kind of think I like all of the, a page that has all the colors. We could do a Santa. Maybe we'll do a Santa. Ooh, I kind of like that too, because that's got, well, it's got a little bit of, it really doesn't matter. It's got a little bit of, I just like this paper. And I know I have this paper from Hobby Lobby. Yep. Okay. This is the first one I saw. Sometimes you overthink things. All right. So what do we want to do over here? It's not quite long enough to go that way. What do we want to do? Let's see. Why don't we... I was thinking about doing a tag on a tag. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut this one down. So this is 3 3/4. So I want it smaller than that. So let's go 3 1/4. And then I'm just going to simply just notch this with the same small notch here. Doesn't matter which side, whatever side you want. And I know you really can't journal, and I said I was going to make that journaling space. Yeah. That's kind of boring, right? Got all these fun things pulled out. We should use some of them. Okay, this one, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do green ink. Give her some green ink. See, probably won't see a whole lot of this, but that's all right. Quickly. Just because I know time's a-going. Everybody's got a busy day, I'm sure. At least I do. I have a busy afternoon, so trying to get everything all nice and done. And what I want to do with this now is I want to center it as much as I can. I think I'll pull it up a little bit. So it's going to go over my page like this. You're not going to see, that does look cute though, just saying. You won't see that though. I want to make this be a hidden pocket. And I'm thinking I want to pull it down a little bit so I can add a little faux topper. So I'm going to do that, and I'm thinking about it being on a page. So it's going to be on a page like this, and then you're going to be flipping it up, which is kind of silly, huh? And then you'll be pulling it out either side. You can make it a belly band. Yeah, let's just do a pocket. It doesn't matter which side, whatever side you want to glue down. So I like to glue mine straight across from the tag topper line, just so it's a little bit more secure down the bottom. And then I'm going to glue this edge and leave the other side open. And then we'll be able to tuck something cute inside there. And I'm just going to pull this down, do my best to center it. Just like that. There's a little bit off kilter. There we go. And the reason for that is because I'm always trying to like get it in there, and it gets stuck on these little corners, it seems like, when I try to do that. Okay, a little tag topper here. What are we going to do for that? No idea. Okay, I like that. Because I was going to like put like a little, like I said, I don't have a Santa hat, but I've got this sweet little ribbon here, this little leftover piece. It does open. It's just, there's a wire. Maybe it is stuck. Oh my. Okay, I'm going to leave it stuck. I'm going to leave her stuck. And I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to pretend that it isn't there. I'm going to put it on this side. And so then I'll be able to have it hanging up off the page. Where's my page? Here we go. Put it on my page like this, and it'll look like a real tag on this side. But it will stick out of the journal and be so cute. And you'll still see it from the other side when you open up your your page here. See? Aw, it looks adorable. So let's do that. And then when I add sewing, I'm going to be sewing across this back side as well. It might be a little much. I'll plop that down there. This was just a little scrap that I found in one of my, I have a, so like the same organizer I have for fall, I have for Christmas. It's just a 12 by 12 little 3-tier drawer thing. And I have full of Christmas stuff. I have way more Christmas stuff in there than I do fall stuff, but I also have a huge, I mean, it's not massive. It's like a standard tote size thing. Okay, let's make something to go inside this pocket here. I think we're just going to fold in a piece of something. How about, I was going to say more music paper, but that's kind of, you're not really going to see a whole lot of the wrapping paper. I didn't think that through, did I? How about this? I'm just going to fold this over and give myself just a little journal card. That should fit down there in that pocket. Might have to trim the edge a little bit, but I don't think so. I just always like having little notebook things. Yes, I am going to notch it with a tiny notch. I just think it's adorable. Tiny little notch. And then we need something big on the other pocket, on the other flap of this. There we go. I'm not going to ink that one. Just going to leave it. See? And I can add a little topper here, which I don't have anything else pulled out. Thought I had some red ribbon. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to go on this side. So let's see. Let's see. Do you want a little Santa in there? Well, he's going this way, and I need something that's longer, so I'm just weird like that. I don't like it when that goes the wrong way, and I think all of these are going to be doing that, aren't they? Yep. That's pretty. They didn't want any green. I guess we're just going to have to go with it. All right, we're going to put Santa in there. He's going to be like sneaking into his little chimney tuck spot there. So I'm going to make this paper. I'm bringing it up a little bit where I think my glue is not. And then it's glued definitely to that line. So I need to take off the second row of Santas right here. Right there. And then it should fit nicely in our little pocket. And then we'll make a little tab for him. This one, fun little scrap. I'm going to corner around these really quickly. And then a nice journal card here with your hidden journaling. Or you can take this out. Oh, it's too long. Ah, it's too fat. I forgot to trim it down. Oh my goodness. Well, now it's going to stick out too far, isn't it? And I did not take off enough. I thought I did. All right. I got too excited. Well, let's trim it down a little bit. So that one's 3 1/4. I really want it to be hidden. Let's go 3 inches. Sorry, Santa, you got to shrink even smaller. Okay, well, bummer. And then I got to trim it down a tiny bit more. I thought I had taken off enough. All right, I think we're on a roll now. So let's see, where's my corner rounder again? Let's try this again. And if you were using this in a journal and you found this in there and you didn't want to use it for a journal card, you could totally use it for a little pocket. Okay, so now it fits in there. I don't have any problems. I already took off too much of it. So it should be all the way to the edge, pretty close to it. And I'm going to use this little bit of wrapping paper for my tab. And I kind of want it to be, I don't want it this big. I'm going to fold it over. I don't want it that long. I'm going to make it this way. Right there. It looks about a nice size. Trying to use all our scraps and things up, right? Might as well. They're sitting here. Okay, let's try to get that even. And then I'm just going to take it and fold it in half. Sorry, I tried to stay in the camera. And I'm going to round these corners a little bit. Slight rounding. Like that. Just to kind of give it more of like a hat shape. Now it's a little bit long for me. I want to trim that down. Just like that. Yeah, I want the red square up. And I'm going to glue this whole thing down onto our journal card. Then put it about in the center. About in the center. There we go. Ooh, it's cute. Love it. And it's very flimsy. I probably should have put that on a piece of scrap paper or something and made it a little more sturdy, but I like that. Okay, now let's find, if I can get that in there now. Come on. You must get it home. Something, I want like a tag topper. So I'm going to pull out my little bin here of ribbons, not fabric, of ribbons. And there's a little piece here of some organza ribbon. Not sure. I think I want a full, like, not sheer ribbon. So I'm looking in here. I've got some string that's too big. I don't know if I have any red rickrack. That could be fun. Let's see. I got red hearts. That's not gonna work. Woo! Almost lost my bin. And I have ladybugs. Let's just use, should we use this one? This one's really pretty. This is probably on something. I think that'll work. Let's go for that. All right. We're almost done, you guys. So I'm just gonna cut off the other edge here. Let's go about that far. Oops, about that much. Just a little bit. And I'm just gonna do a V, because I like to do those too. And I'm gonna cut this one at an angle as well. And I'm gonna put a puddle of glue here. And I might have to, yep, I made it too tall. I have to cut it down a little more. Okay, trim it down just a wee little bit more. I don't want to put a brad through there because they're not lined up or anything like that. But you could if you wanted. And I'm just trimming these so that they're at an angle. It's still too long. Ah! It's too long. Come on. Just a little bit. I don't feel like I'm wasting my stuff. All right. So you get the idea here. You decorate these up however you want. Over the page tag, super fun. Way to use up some leftover wrapping paper. Okay, that's terrible. It won't stay. Thought I put enough glue down there, but apparently not. All right. And then on here, oh, we got our little tag thing to go inside here. Super adorable. I was going to try to stamp on this little flap here with red. I don't know how good that's going to turn out. We're going to give it a go, or should I just go right for black? Let's go right for black. What are we doing? Let's not mess around. Let's do the black. Versafine. Okay. Versafine, she's going to turn out nice. And I don't think Merry Christmas will fit on there, but it could. So I'm going to try to open this up here. I've only used this a couple times. Let's see. It's going to be a tight squeeze if I use that one. We're going to try it. Okay, and my stamp block is massive. Wait a second. I got to go the other way. Haha. This way. I'm going to do it at the top. Okay, Merry and then Christmas. And I know I'm going to get my shirt right in that black ink. And I'm going to squish them together a little bit more. Do my best to not make them crooked. Line it up here. And let's see. All right, looks pretty decent. And it should barely fit. Okay. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, how fun. I'm going to not stamp on that because I might way mess it up. Ready? Set, go. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Dread of the World on that side, Merry Christmas on this side. Super cute. Ta-da! We did it! We did it! We did it! And then I'm going to stamp off onto my music paper. Just so I can clean up that stamp. I'm going to have to use a wipe after we're done. Okay. Anyways, we'll kind of let the air dry. I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew around this whole edge without this in the pocket, in the front, and without this in the pocket back here, and of course without that back there. And then I'll come back and show you the end. And then I think on this side here, on this tag, I'm going to leave empty because I like to add photos. I'm always looking for spots to put photos of my kids, and I tend to over decorate my pages in my journal, so I think that's a great spot to add. And they're like my little tag, my little gifty boys. So anyways, I'll be right back and I'll show you the finished tag. Hooray! I decided to go with black thread, so I just added a little bit to the topper here. And I did a zigzag stitch, and then I just went around this pocket, and I had to be very careful. I was purposely pushing it in a little bit because I knew that I needed to be careful. I had to redo this little tag topper here. I accidentally tried to hold it down, it didn't work. So I just glued it back on there. But on this side, it's fine, and down here on the bottom. But on here, I went a little bit too far in. I still can get my tag here in the pocket, my little journal card. I did sew on that one as well. And so when I come in here to use this in a journal, the reason why I left the decorating on it so plain, if I can get that back in there, is because up here is where I would add a little number. So I like to use these little numbers, Christmas numbers, just a little cluster on a pocket to tell me what day it was. So I would be able to add a date here and then have the photo here, or, you know, if I wanted to add something to this side, and I did ink around it and add the same ribbon to that, I can add a little cluster down here and have a different day. So like obviously this would be the 9th, you flip the page over, this would be the 10th. But yeah, I just like to decorate like that. So this is my journal from last year. I'm so excited. I love it. So much fun in there. This year's journal is going to be way smaller than that one. But I love this journal. I had so much fun making it last year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got a lot of work ahead of me. Haven't even started my Christmas journal, but I have a lovely over the page tag to go inside of it with Merry Christmas. Thank you all for watching. I hope this inspires you to go grab some Christmas stuff and have a fun play today. We'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.